this with you. They break open your house one thing, they rape your mother, they rape your father, they rape your brother, they rape your sister, they rape your auntie, they rape your auntie, they rob you of all your jewels, they take your car if you have a license firearm, they take your firearm and they go on with that. And those that are supposed to vote for this bill, for the next year, you all are pleased and it's okay with that. What are they smoking? You cannot come and tell Saieed, well hear this now, Saieed, mass mandatory, here we go, it come to an end. And then you come and tell me, here we go on Saieed. If you go to the supermarket, the grocery, or the malls, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you go in a pharmacy, you have to wear your mask. Saieed, if you're traveling, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the transportation hub, you have to wear your mask. If you're going to church side, you have to wear your mask. If you're in the school side, you're wearing your mask. If you go to a barber salon, you go to the theater, you're wearing your mask. Which dum-dum in Trinidad and Tobago will go in a theater and buy a popcorn and a juice and sit down and wear a mask? Thanks! If every councillor go through their constituency, do video clips like this and send it for us, I'm gonna be so happy just to play it on our program on a Wednesday night. You know why I would be happy? I will be filled with joy in my heart. You know why? Because the councillor is getting off their butts and they are actually going and doing some live video shoots. Real Talk took the initiative to find out suppliers of wheat in the world that National Flour Mill could go to. So now Romano is saying the company is not going to raise any price in the near future. Why? Why? Is it because the S-boss and they realize now that, hey, it is in the public domain that we could go right Mexico and buy flour and wheat? We could go right China and buy wheat? I am about change. And thus far, Real Talk is very effective in Trinidad and Tobago coming towards making changes for the citizens. Public Utility Minister Marvin Gonzalez have urged the population to appreciate and be grateful for the availability of the utilities. This, as Gonzalez recalled, time in his life when he had to fetch water using a bucket from a nearby river. Gonzalez, I want you to understand something. I want you, Mr. Gonzalez, to understand something. You are being paid thousands of dollars by public utility, by the finance ministry, to govern WASA. Come on. To govern WASA, I want you to understand that you ain't going in no office for no free code. You are being paid. Do not tell me that I, Saieed, have to be grateful for the water I get it. Let me tell you something, Gonzalez. Every 4 months, I have to pay $400 and I get water once a bloody month. So don't come on a media briefing and say, Saieed, you have to be contented, you have to be happy. Marvin, the next best thing for you to do is to resign and get the hell out of here. So Trinidad and Tobago, welcome to Real Talk with Saieed Ali. We're going straight in our news tonight. Here it is. Embattled Auditor General Jayawanti Ramdas has filed an appeal challenging the premature dismissal of her lawsuit, challenging a cabinet order probe sparked by a recent impasse between her office and the Ministry of Finance. Ramdas' legal team filed the appeal less than 24 hours after High Court Judge Westman James refused their client leave to pursue her judicial review lawsuit over the probe. So Trinidad and Tobago, her team launched an application and also an appeal asking the High Court Judge Westman James to explain why did you turn down the appeal? On what grounds did you turn down my application? Now, her High Court filing, Ramdas lawyers raised 14 grounds on which they claim Justice James mistook in finding that she did not have an arguable case with a realistic prospect of success at an eventual trial. So listen this. I want to understand this, Judge. The Ministry of Finance submit financial report of money being spent to the Auditor General office. In going through the review, Auditor General office, in going through the review of money spent from the Ministry of Finance, the Auditor's office came up with money missing and no document to show that where the money was spent or how the money was spent. When report reached back to Imbert wants to take no blame, but said everything was in order. Imbert, together with the cabinet now, said the auditor's office made a mistake and they want to launch an investigation. So, the ex-judge or retired judge and an audit individual was selected by Imbert, went to the cabinet approved it, and Imbert reassured that this is the individual. Now, they launched investigation into the auditor's office. Now for the auditor's office now to stand at independent ground, her lawyer found different grounds that the cabinet together with Imbert cannot launch an investigation into the auditor's office. Now, any individual in high society could go before a judge and ask for time off to seek legal judicial review or challenge some other matter, and judge will give them time off. So how the hell now that this judge now, after her team found 14 grounds on which they claim Justice James mistook the finding that she did not have an arguable case with the realistic prospect of success at an eventual trial. How the hell did the judge come up to that? Did the judge hear any evidence? Did the judge hear any stories from both sides? But you just watch Jayawanti and tell her, you know what, Jayawanti, you don't have a case, and turn down her appeal. So that will tell me now, is it that the judge is favoring one side and forgetting the other side? Isn't the judge supposed to hear transparency in a matter? I'm asking a question to the judge. Aren't you supposed to hear both sides of the story? Seeing that you are a justice? Ministry of Finance submit their report to Auditor's office. The Auditor's office in return found money spent and no document to show for it according to Audit Office. So the judge didn't want to hear how how this money is spent and where is the document? Let me tell you something. I am definitely sure that every judge in Trinidad and Tobago will gladly applaud that this case coming in front them. You know why? To settle a matter as to see who is lying. Is it the Ministry of Finance lying, or is it the Auditor's Office lying? Let me tell you something. Every judge in Trinidad and Tobago would love if that case would have come up in front. I wish I was sitting down next to the judge when this case come up. I'm telling all you. Or I wish I had access to go in the courtroom and sit down while this case going on. Because this is one of the most biggest case in Trinidad. All of you know that case big, know that it's big. $3 billion gone missing from the Ministry of Finance. They may have paperwork according to the Auditor's Office. Klongenberg saying it's a mistrial. It was an error. Serious, but this is one of the biggest things in Trinidad and Tobago. And the judge found her application. Turn it down. No boy, which side you favoring? Which side you favoring as a judge? There's no transparency there. Give the woman her time. Give the woman her trial. Let she bring forth their documents. Let the ministry bring forth their documents and finish it. We talk about $3 million taxpayers' money being spent. And you don't want to know where it's gone? That's madness. For a judge, that is madness. Total madness. Now hear this. Shortly after the appeal was filed, Judge Rajkumar granted an application for the procedural appeal to be deemed fit for an urgent and expedite hearing at the earliest available date. All I hear that now? That is a judge now. Hey, hear this now, boy. I wish somebody from that justice team could have called Saieed. We're giving you a pass to come and sit down in the courtroom and hear this matter. But I would be so happy. Take what I tell you. I would be so happy. It goes to show where transparency will come in and where transparency will be held back. Because those who have power could command. Those who do not have power will have to follow order. It's sad, you know. It's sad that the judge don't want to hear transparency. He don't want the biggest case of the century in front of him. $3 billion we're talking about missing. And you don't want to know where the money gone? You want to know if it had paper trail or not? You just tell you, she ain't had, hey, you ain't gonna make it? No, boy, let it be jokers, boy. Take what I telling all you have to be jokers. All you have to love how the country going. Shortly after that, Rajkumar say, you know what? We set in our early date fate. He wants to find out where the money gone. $3 billion in tax-paying money just disappeared. Spent, no paper trail. You don't know why people getting senile, you know. You don't know why people getting senile. So hear this now. In a substantive lawsuit, Ramdas contended that the investigation is unconstitutional and illegal because neither the Minister of Finance, Klongenberg, nor the Cabinet has the jurisdiction to probe the conduct of the Auditors General. They also claim that Imbert was biased in initiating the probe. Imagine Imbert select the man, the Cabinet approve it, and Imbert reassured it. So Imbert picked fellas to investigate his ministry. What you think they're going to get? Who you think they're going to report to? Not Imbert? Come now, Trinidad and Tobago. Let me be, I mean, we don't shit, but let me be that stupid one time now. Let me be that stupid one time now. Now, Ramdas is now seeking a temporary stay of the probe pending the determination of the appeal. The dispute arose in April after the ministry sought to deliver amended public accounts which sought to explain a report of $2.6 billion underestimation in revenue. Boy, let me tell you something. Hey, somebody could have called me from the court. Said we give me a pass. Come and sit down. I would be so happy. I would be so happy. You know why? I'm in finance, I'm in money lending, we in investment, we have a credit union. Yes, I would love to be there. Boy, watchman, I tell you, easy in Trinidad and Tobago, you know. So viewers, you're viewing Real Talk with Saieed Ali. What I would love you to do is to go on your Facebook page, social media platform, type in Real Talk with Saieed Ali, and like and share our page. So the rest of the world would know that, hey, there's a show in Trinidad and Tobago. There's an individual who will bring the real thing to us. The real answers, the real situation, the real issues. Just like and share our page, viewers. This I ask you to do. Those of you also on YouTube, it's TT Real Talk. Subscribe, and you will get us there. So viewers, remember, I'm a licensed money lender. You're looking for cash borrow, it's not a problem. We love to do business with you. As long as you have some form of collateral, house, vehicle, land, a goal for the company to hold, we would love to do business with you. Also, Real Talk have a 4% on fixed deposit going on. Times are getting harder and we need extra money. So if you have some cash put on in the bank and you're not using it, it's just there for safety, savings, whatever you call it, and you're not getting no interest rate on it, like 4%, 4% on $100,000, it's $4,000 for the year. So if you have $100,000 sitting down in the bank and you get 1% interest or 2% interest in the bank, like $1,000, $2,000, you can't do nothing for you. But $4,000 to pay your bill. I'm sure about that. So take it out from the bank, bring it to Real Talk, set up a fixed deposit. And the good thing about this fixed deposit, viewers, is that you're getting your cash up front. You don't have to wait for a lengthy period of time. That is how we're doing it. Yeah. Also, buy shares. Buy shares. Open a savings account. Plant a seed today, so tomorrow you can reap the benefit. I always tell you that. And very soon, Real Talk Credit Union will be in the South area. For the South people, save all your money. We're coming down there for investments for you all. Very shortly, Real Talk Credit Union will be in Guyana, Grenada, and Barbados. I'm already having talks. You know, when I set out to do something, I just tell all as it is. I just tell all as it is. Very soon we go in Guyana. Remember, we already have Real Talk financing in Guyana also. So Trinidad and Tobago, we're going for a short commercial break, a 2-minute break, and we'll be right back after this.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid up front. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Group of Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Group of Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chaguanas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
throws you a curveball. And you need a clear path forward. Trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on a roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
So welcome back to Real Talk, viewers. Now, money paid in legal fees by the government are going through a roof, or the roof, according to UNC MP Saddam Hussein, who made the comment during the UNC Star Team meeting at the Signature Hall Shoguners. He stated that the government came to Parliament in the Standing Finance Committee session calling for the additional $120 million to pay legal fees, which could make it a total of $165 million in legal fees for 2024. Now, Hussein said Attorney General Reginald Amo also refused to tell the lower house who were the lawyers were benefiting from these payments. Listen to this.
The Attorney General, he comes to the Parliament and asks for an additional $120 million to pay lawyers. He already spent out $45 million for this year already, and they're coming for an additional 120. So it takes us up to $165 million in legal fees in 1 year. Now when I asked him, I said, AG, I want you to give me a breakdown of who are the lawyers you're paying and how much you're paying them. You know what the man tell me? I can't tell you that. He say he have to go and find out from the lawyer who get paid and who get the money if he can tell us what the legal fees were that we pay them. You ever hear stupidness? That is plain stupidness.
Now I know in Trinidad and Tobago will tell you that is damn stupidness. So if an attorney work for $1 million, without his name being published, he could get $4 million. And then a man go cut a deal in the corner and hear what's going on. Me a publishing your name, you work for $1 million, I giving you $3 million. Give me $2 million and you go get $2 million. That could take place. That could take place. You see, as long as you want to pay lawyers and you want to put up their name on, is the state paying you? Is Mr. Amo taking according to Saddam, $165 million out from his pocket? No. Amo is taking that money from where? From the treasury. How is the treasury getting the money? By you and I paying tax. So Amo now going to grab that money and distribute it to lawyers. So I want to ask you, I am not accusing the Attorney General, but I want to ask the Attorney General, could someone who came to Parliament, listen me good, could someone come to Parliament and tell the House Speaker that, here what, we have a bill to pay off $6 million, but we don't want to call name? AG, could that happen? And if that happened now, and no evidence is brought forward, no name is brought forward, how do we call that type of act? Is it extortion to the state or to the individual? I don't know, Attorney General, I am asking. I am asking. So, let me put an example out to all you, Trinidad and Tobago. I am the president of Real Talk Credit Union in Trinidad and Tobago. Good? I have a vice president, a secretary, a treasury, assistant treasury, assistant secretary. So, listen to this. Could I now, Trinidad and Tobago, tell my supervisor of the credit union, so here this now boy, I have a bill to pay, but the credit union have a bill to pay, but we can't call no name now, but I need $2 million. The manager will be like, so Saieed, the credit union have a bill to pay, okay, all well and good, but all they calling no name, all they only saying, well, we owe $5 million, but who does $5 million going to? Saieed, who does $5 million going to? Well, I can't call no name. Let me tell you something, that one bubble. Take what I'm telling all you. Next camera. Take by telling all Trinidad and Tobago. Anytime you hear the Attorney General have money to pay and I want to call name, bet your last dollar something gonna happen there. And I say no playing on TV whether the Attorney General likes it or not, he's supposed to understand. Let me tell you something. If nobody in the cabinet or in the parliament understand what transparency means, the only person I expect to talk about transparency is the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago. The only person I expect to talk about transparency is the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago. But like he bring a cat in a bag now to parliament. I don't care if he vex, He alone know the law. He alone ain't know the law. Because some dodo head put here as the AG, Take my telling all you. Because an educated man would have never say such thing in parliament. But take my telling all you. An educated man will never say such damn stupidness in parliament. And he's an AG, he's a lawyer, you damn well know people will come against you for that. Not just Trinidad, but international. And that those in London. I wonder how they're looking at the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago now. Like a madman? Like a madman? AG, don't make yourself a fool. You're in a position, do not make yourself a clown. Do not make yourself a fool. Do not make yourself look stupid. Because when you make yourself look stupid, you making the law association in Trinidad and Tobago look dotish. You making them look like all of them had to go back to law school. Take by telling you could get vexed, that's your business. That's your business. You have a right to get vexed, and you should get damn vexed. I don't care. $165 million? You want to call name? You just want to drop your hand in the treasury and pay the money over. Why you had to be mad? Take by telling all you had to be mad. Mad men in society. Now, hold on. A sour EP revealed that the government has spent $480 million in legal fee in the past 2 years, and they don't want to say who are the lawyers collecting these fees. He added that the UNC is ready to take the government to the Privy Council to get the information. Let's listen to this.
Today, the government in 2 years have spent $418 million in legal fees in one ministry alone. We are talking about no other ministry. I'm not talking about no state board, no state enterprise, no state company. This is just the Office of the Attorney General has spent $0.4 billion in legal fees in just 2 years. And today, they don't want to tell us who are the lawyers collecting those fees. But let me tell you something. If the UNC have something good, you know what it is? We have real good lawyers in the UNC. And they can run how far? They can run how far? They cannot hide from us. Because if we have to go to the Privy Council on this matter to get disclosure, we will take Rowley, Imbert, and Amos straight to the Privy Council for them to expose how much monies that they have spent on these lawyers. That is your money that they are spending. When you cannot get road and you can't get water in your tap, they are busy paying lawyers.
Straight out. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, all you think it easy? You think it easy? Call her good night.
Mr. Said.
Hello.
Yeah, good night, Mr. Said.
Go right ahead, you're live, man.
Yes, this that you're speaking about here is very true and correct. It's corruption to the highest level. And as far as I can see, that election is coming next year, so they're trying to take as much as they could before that election time is due. At the end of the day, everything for them is to launch an investigation. Now, when they're going to launch an investigation from them fellows, and then they're going to cost millions of dollars. It'll be hundreds of thousands, it'll be millions.
Larry?
And I saw a clip where the Prime Minister gave the Finance Minister instructions to go about with a procedure, and he made it clear in that clip, and he said that if they want to challenge it, it's going to cost the taxpayers more money.
You see how smart it is?
And which that when they go to cost the taxpayers more money, they will have to borrow money to pay the public servants in the country. So in other words, what he tried to put across there is that let we do what we want and how we want to do things, and if they have a problem with it, all pay the price. That is the message he put across there.
Yeah.
To go with the judge, yeah, judges have a final decision in matters and so forth. But then after, there are certain things that can happen. One is that the judge who turned down that application could be that they don't want to get involved and they don't want their job to be at risk or whatever the case may be. That one. Two, it may come with a little slight pepper on it and title shut up. And three is the government to play with. So this matter that go on there for the new judge to listen to the case, it is an invitation because the public is aware about what is taking place and going on. So when this judge comes to sit the matter now, they can get instructions from the government to turn it around and bring it out to them. So you can't say that they didn't get a chance to get through what they want to get through because they're dealing with the most high corrupted government ever in history today. That is what we're dealing with. And they are taking as much and stealing as much as they could before anything can happen because they have all hopes that it is going to come to an end. But the next thing I want to put across here before I go is that this fella, I saw a clipping on the papers today where Mr. Griffith is trying to get to the Prime Minister to work with him concerning crime.
PM wouldn't do
that. This Prime Minister we have here, tools on the man with what he said about him. And now you're coming to say that you want to go and embrace he to have talk with crime in the country. That alone can tell you, if he only do that, to tell you what kind of people that is. So we have to be careful of who we're making choices of putting into the power, because apparently a lot of people is power hungry because they want to get a part of the treasury to continue. I always say something, that when somebody is finished with you the first time, they come and suck at them and done you, and so you have to be careful.
Correct.
Have a pleasant night.
Same to you, my friend. Let me tell you something, eh? When Clong and Burt said, I raise the gas once, nobody ever had. I raise the gas twice, nobody ever had. I raise the gas 3 times and nobody ever had. Was Clong and Burt waiting for Trinidad and Tobago to cause a riot? I'm asking you. I'm asking you. He told you at point blank in all your face and all you did nothing. Absolutely nothing. Let's ready? Trinidad and Tobago. The attorney, let me tell you something. Power is not for everybody, you know. The favor of God. Yeah. When God wants to favor you, when God wants to show, touch not the Lord's anointing. God has sent people to make sure you have X, Y, and Z. Drop that list on television. Block it off now, man. Pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. Blur it. Trinidad and Tobago. The Attorney General refused to submit the list of names for the cabinet. You want to break down the money and show them who gets in what. Let me tell you something. Last night, an individual met me. He said, Saeed, come and meet me. I said, where you want? Next thing you kidnap me. He said, no, Saeed. He said, I so and so and so. I said, I said, who is you? He said, my name is so and so and so and so. I have something for you. I said, what you have for me? He said, I have something you're talking about. I said, what it is you have that I'm talking about? He said, I have a list for you. I said, what list you have for me? He said, Saieed. He said, I have a list for you that the Attorney General do not want to put in the public domain, and he don't want cabinet to see. I said, what? He said, yes, Saieed. He said, come and meet me. I said, really? I said, where is? So when they give me his name now, I call a partner. I say, hey, I say, you know so and so. He said, yes, Saieed. He said, he's so and so and so. I say, okay. I said, I need 2 bodyguards. He said, hold on, I'm coming. Trinidad and Tobago, I have the list. I have the list. So when you hear armor, hey, power is not for everybody, you know. Not everybody could control power, you know. And I just tell all that, you know. Touch my back. Not everybody could control power. I just tell all that. When God decided, when God told my mother, I will make your son. When God told my mother, he said, I will make your son a leader. I will make your son a ruler. I will make your son to set the record straight on earth. My mother watched it, Pastor. He said, oh God, Pastor. I wanted Pastor. My mother watched it religious person and said, oh God, my son? You sure is my son? He said, yes, your son. When I come here, when my show starts 7 o'clock, I don't come with a fear on television, you know. I just come like a roaring lion. I just come bold-faced. I just come here. Let me tell you something. If you decide to take God out of your thought and come for side, make sure you're ready to go home. I don't do spirit work and joke, you know. If I tell you, stand up in the rain, stand up in the rain, you know. If I tell you, run and hide, you know. Like I said, Abu Bakr told ministers in Trinidad and Tobago, interfere with anybody alone but not Saieed. Saieed is a man will come for you. Saieed is a, when I say come for you, Saieed is a man will go in his spirit room and send a spirit to you, although don't want to know if all again mad. I will not think twice to do it. I will not think twice. I didn't come here to put skeleton in the closet, you know. My cupboard I had no skeleton, you know. None. Because the way I hit in, trust me, police in high position would have done come after me already. They're quite telling all that. But don't play your comment to set me up. Don't play your comment to do X, Y, and Z. You're making a mistake. Today I believe Christopher, the Canadian vlogger, got back his passport. He's free to travel. Hey, God is work wonders, you know. God is work wonders, you know. So TGPS, brace all yourself now. Brace all yourself. All I had a man in prison for 5 days doing what? Doing exactly what? Doing, hey, don't be surprised if FBI come down here and start to investigate TGPS. Don't be surprised if FBI come down and start to investigate ministers. Don't be surprised if the Commissioner of Police go under investigation by the Royal Canadian Mount. Don't be surprised. All the whole Canada. These men and them, gangsters as we say, gang leaders or gang members, videotaping themselves and showing them up all over the whole Canada. No! The Canadians showing all there where these people are already showing all there. We's the boss and all that can't come for we. He just show all of that. And all the place stupid and lock up the man for 5 days? For those officers and them, pray to God and all they don't have to take out money from all your pocket. They're quite telling all that. Because ministers can't help all you. Whoever gave all of the order, they can't help all you because them are not going to be bracing for themselves. Let me tell you something. I know about Canada. I know about the laws, you know. I know about the police officers. You know. We down here? Lord. Call a good night. Go right ahead your life. Call, I do apologize for cutting. I do apologize for cutting. It's too muffled my tech is getting a lot of problems to hear you. And if they are getting problems, which means the viewership will get problems to hear you. This ready? All right. So Trinidad and Tobago, I have the list. I have the list. So when the Attorney General say, oh, I don't want to expose. Or expose what? It's taxpayers' money paying. Bring out the damn list. Bring out the damn list. You just want to take money and pay us other people and we don't know who's these people? You got to tell me, any Tom, Dick and Harry could be Attorney General. The attorney collecting a big money. Anybody. Don't make yourself a clown age. You don't do that. You're too high up. You are the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago. Don't embarrass yourself. Don't let down yourself. Oh God, and for God in heaven's sake, don't show people at the age having you getting senile. Don't do that. You're too high up. Your office is an independent office. Don't let nobody whistle birds in your ears. Don't do that, man. You're too big for that, man. You're embarrassing yourself. Don't do that. So viewers, we're going for a short commercial break, but when we come back, hopefully, the list should be ready for you right after.
Become a member of Real Talk Credit Union, now located at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas. Open a fixed deposit with Real Talk Investments and get 4% on interest with interest payment being paid upfront. Get in contact with us at 238-6716, 231-6219 or 339-1670. Real Talk Credit Union Cooperative Society Limited. Plant a seed today for a better tomorrow. Do you have a public concern you would like to highlight? You can email your pictures and videos to realpublicconcerns@gmail.com, and we will highlight your concerns on our show for Public Concerns Wednesday.
Tired of wasting precious time at the bank applying for a loan, only to be denied? We understand your frustration. Here at Real Talk Report Companies, we take a different approach. Contact Saieed, Managing Director of Real Talk Report Companies and licensed moneylender at 238-6716, 242-7690 or 339-1670. Feel free to visit our office at number 14 Coroni Savannah Road, Chagonas or number 132 Superior Road, Victoria Village, San Fernando.
When life throws you a curveball and you need a clear path forward, trust Real Talk Wrecking Service to get you back on track. Whether you're stuck on the roadside or dealing with an unexpected breakdown, our 24/7 wrecking service is just one call away. Fast response, reliable towing, and a team that's got your back. At Real Talk Wrecking Service, we don't just tow, we rescue. Real Talk Wrecking Service, your lifeline on the road to recovery.
So Trinidad and Tobago, remember you are viewing the #1 current affairs program in Trinidad and Tobago. Remember that we live on Facebook when we go live on television. We live on YouTube when we go live on television. Remember, for those of you who are looking for proper investment, contact Real Talk. Our numbers will be on screen shortly, viewers. We have the highest interest rate right now on our fixed deposit. Contact our office, viewers. Set up an appointment. They will give you all the information that you need. Come into our office, number 14 Coroni Savannah Road in Chagonas, and open a fixed deposit. The good thing about this fixed deposit is that you're getting your interest payment up front. You don't have to wait until your amount of years accumulate and finish. No, you're getting it up front. Up front, you're getting it. Remember that, viewers. Those of you who are having spiritual problems, feel free to contact me at the office number, set up an appointment, and we will meet. Hey, when God gave me that gift, He didn't give me that gift to sit down and watch people suffer. You know. Said, I am blessed, and you shall be blessed, and the people who come to you shall be blessed. It's not a desert, you know. I was planted by a river. And that river never runs dry of water. Never. That's the reason why Real Talk expanding. We're getting bigger. Remember, now, this is hard times in Trinidad and Tobago. Everybody complaining about money, and we giving interest payment up front. We giving interest payment up front. You hear we complaining? No, we are complaining. We're expanding. We're expanding. So Trinidad and Tobago, after the individual call me and the discussion we had, I came out, show me where I show me, and I got a list. I got the list. So when the Attorney General now wants to say, oh, the name can't go public because of they are lawyers, they're collecting state money. Come back to me. They're collecting state money, not private money. Private money, we want to know who pay your private. State money, we want to know who collect it, what job you did, and how much you're collecting. You want to pay patrol how much money you get from the government or what? You want to get a contract, no paperwork, no approval, no doc. You want to do like what I want, he found out? No, I don't have that. I don't have that. If you is the Attorney General for Trinidad and Tobago and you cannot show transparency to the government, to the public, well then the best you pack up and go to the next country and live. I started telling you that. If nobody in Trinidad, I said it nice and easy. If nobody in Trinidad ain't want to confront you because you is the Attorney General, I started telling you that. I telling you that. I feel like afraid of it. No. You can't be in power and want to just record the church and give Tom, Dick, and Harry. And Trinidad and Tobago, I know who's Tom, Dick, and Harry. You had to be a madman. You had to be a madman. But nevertheless, I have the list. I know who collecting what. But I'm waiting for the Attorney General to drop it in the Parliament and let it go public. Because as long as you're collecting state fund, Trinidad and Tobago have to know. It's not the Attorney General money. It's not the lawyer money. No, it is state money. My tax. Hey, my tax money inside there. My company paying tax. The money inside they're going to pay lawyers. I want to know who getting it. Don't feel like coming around me stupid, you know. Not because, oh, he's the Attorney General. That is his job. That is his job. I have my job. I have transparency in my business. You can't take my money, I pay tax and just feed the gift up. Where you feel is a road runner? No, it don't work so. It don't work so. But nevertheless, I'm waiting for their reply. So we're switching gears. Former Health Minister Dr. Fawad Khan is warning the public that a steady rise in costs to provide free medical care to the population will eventually put the country in a financial bind. Khan, who served as health minister under the United National Congress and the People's Partnership government, was responding to Finance Minister Klungimbo's claims that financing healthcare was becoming a heavier burden on the government. I'll listen to this.
We realize we are supplementing the Ministry of Health by almost $500 million, almost $500 million. Now, the Ministry of Health already requires a significant sum of money every year, another $5 billion or so. It is proving quite difficult to finance the purchase of free pharmaceuticals and all the other free services that are available in the health sector. So I just want members to understand this. We believe this is important, we have to do it, but to find that $500 million is going to prove to be very difficult. If one actually looks at how much is being spent on the health sector over the years, it has been increasing exponentially. I recall when I was Minister of Health, which is some 20 odd years ago, the budget was 1 billion. So in that 20 years, it's increased from 1 billion to over 5 billion. So understand, we as a country spend huge amounts of money on healthcare, and it is something that we need to look at to make sure that we are getting value for money and so on.
Now, viewers, as we get more news on this special topic, we're going to bring it to you. Caller, good night.
Good night. First of all, let me talk to her about the AG and them lawyers, Eater Food lawyers. Why is he afraid to tell we how much money these Eater Food lawyers getting? Is he afraid that they go jump the wall and deal with them? Well, if he afraid of that, he and KCI, the real original vaccine vigilante, they are responsible for the safety and security of everybody. Now, this man, they call him but the Minister of Finance, want to mash up the CDAP business. The CDAP business is the legacy of Patrick Manning. And when Patrick Manning introduced CDAP, you know benefit from it? 1%, a 1% pharmacy. Man, his son get the biggest chunk of the deal to bring in all those jobs. No, I looking beyond them, you know. It looked like they fall out with that 1% man, and they want to jam him now. But you know what I'm talking about? It is a super fantastic pharmacy. That is all I have to say. And I want the Honorable AG to put out the name of those people and how much money they get in. I'm going to have a nice night.
Thank you, my friend. Trinidad and Tobago, you see this topic, or let go laugh. Hear this. National Security Minister Fitzgerald Hines have declared his support for the death penalty, but laments that certain bright lawyers are using loopholes in the law that are being used to save convict criminals from the gallows. He revealed that he is confident, he revealed that he is confronted by citizens who demand him to bring back the death penalty. However, he reminded persons that death penalty is still in the law book, and this country and persons use the court to find their way around it. Hines explained that attorneys can win at first instance or lose. They may appeal, and then it goes to Privy Council, where a judicial review action comes in. Listen to the Minister of National Security.
Many people in Trinidad and Tobago say, bring back the death penalty, bring it back. Every time the state tried or tries to carry out the death penalty, those bright lawyers, using the very constitution, make an attack in the court. And the court has a practice, a principle, that it will not and it cannot actually, as a lawyer I can say that, shut its doors to persons who come on constitutional grounds before it. And then they go, they may win at first instance or lose, and then they appeal, and then it goes to the Privy Council, and then a judicial review action comes after that about some aspect of it, and then that goes to the Court of Appeal and the Privy Council, and when that is finished, they find another ground. And it's so the story goes. The airport case, which is almost 30 years old, 28 years old now, is a perfect example of people with deep pockets who would have done this using the very constitution that we all are obliged to live by.
You see this man? I go waste my time telling a little about this man on television at this moment. He also added that he supports the law, and as it now stands, the law of the land includes the application of the death penalties, and until that changes, he is a supporter. Listen to this.
I would love to see justice. And that means I have faith in the courts of Trinidad and Tobago and the law. And I would like to see it applied to protect all of us from the criminals and the criminality and the selfishness and the greed and the bullying that reflects itself in murders and rape and kidnapping and extortion. I support the law. And as it now stands, the law of the land includes the application of the death penalty. And until that changes, I'm a supporter.
What? Mount is say anything, you know. Power and position go higher saying the bowl full too, you know. I'm telling you, power and position will have you telling the rooster laying egg. Wasn't it the same man who said it's not my job to keep all in Trinidad and Tobago safe? All of forget that? Power and position will have them so saying rooster laying egg. Trust me. Trust me. So we're switching gears a bit. Caller, good night.
Yes, sir. Good night.
My friend, go right ahead.
Sir, concerning the Attorney General,
Yeah.
is it he afraid to show the list because he afraid his name might be on the list? I know, I'm asking a question here. No.
Is he that friends or family?
Huh?
Is he that close friends or family?
Well, has to be something affiliated, you know.
But I have it, I have it.
Talking about Fitzgerald inside,
Yeah.
this man coming now and talking concerning all this. I listen to Keith Rowley saying that how the people, the citizens of the country had to work together with the police and national security and the national security minister. Who is getting the minister's salary side?
Thank you.
Who is getting all the perks? Tell me now, who enjoying all the perks? Who
Thank
enjoying
you.
the salary of the minister? We have to go and help them do their work. No, he have to know what he do now. Get him out of there. He's
Correct.
a competent fool. Get him out of there. He don't know what he's doing inside. The man just don't know what he is doing. And concerning the Minister of Finance, with this whole CEDAP thing, I read it in two papers today side. The Express and the Newsday. One paper saying the IMF saying that our Trinidad economy is stronger than ever right now. Within for the last 10 years, Trinidad economy is stronger than ever.
Correct.
And a certain economist does agree with the finance minister. Anything he's saying, that economist going on the same papers underneath the article and saying the same exactly. I don't know if I remember saying this man or what to say to agree with you. I don't know.
Who knows?
And then the next paper side saying that all the Minister of Finance saying that the next 3 years going to be very hard, very difficult. And we're looking at a $9 billion deficit.
Correct.
We just are fools in this country, all right? So the next 3 years, what gas going to go up 3 and 4 times again?
Correct.
Might start taking $400 to full right now. And on that camera time, it used to take $100. I'm being really with it right now. $100 to $400. Within the next 3 years, you're going to take $1,000. I
Most
can't
likely.
go in this country and nobody is saying nothing, right? Nobody is saying nothing towards what this man doing. He had to try and account for that $2.6 billion that's missing, you know. And stop talking foolishness to people now on the side because people are taking it lightly again, you know.
Correct.
Anyway, you enjoy a nice side.
Thank you, my friend. Now, Trinidad and Tobago, let me just educate you all a little bit. Remember Maxi Coffee? When Maxi Coffee became an MP, a minister in parliament, or a minister, remember not too long after he got sick and got a stroke, the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago did not go to the president and tell the president because of Maxi condition, he cannot perform. He cannot perform as an MP in his position and let him tender resignation. The Prime Minister never did that. So a crippled man in the PNM administration had more power than you, the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago. Am I correct? I remember when Maxi Coffee got stroke when he became an MP? God alone know why he do that. Did he resign? Did he go medically unfit? No, he stayed. The PM made sure he stayed right there and collected his benefits. Did he perform in his office? No. I remember Maxi Coffee. I remember he? A crippled MP have more power than the citizens of Trinidad and Tobago in them day. Reality coming to all you. Switching gears. PM, we have just a few minutes. Now, Opposition Leader Kamala Prasad Bisasa is not backing down on her call for a police officer to return criminal fire with full force. She said, and she stated, the police officer must do what is necessary to protect themselves. I'll listen to this.
Last week I heard some cowards telling the police, no, don't do that. Don't do that now. Those cowards, what they want the policemen to do? Go and tickle these criminals? Go and tickle them and play with them? Like pets? They are human beings. Our defense force, our TTPS are human beings. I tell them again, attack with full force when violent criminals come in your face. Do not be afraid. And I say that to people in their homes, stand your ground in your home. When criminals are invading your home, stand your ground, attack with full force. And so, what they want these policemen and women to do, to walk with a pillow, to play pillow fight with criminals? Those criminals mean you no good. They mean nothing good for you. They want to take you out. So you must make sure and defend yourself. You have a family too. You have a family to go home to. When you finish your job, do your job and do it well.
Now viewers, previously she told police officers that if criminals point a gun or shoot, then they should return fire with full force because being hesitant can cost them their lives. Listen to this playback.
Tonight I tell all officers of the TTPS, if criminals point a gun at you, shoot at you or attack you, return fire with full force. With full force. Defend yourselves. Defend yourselves. Do not be hesitant. That one moment of pause may cost you your life. I am in full support of our police officers standing their ground against violent criminals. I'm in full support. Someone in the country, we cannot tie our police officers' hands when they respond in pursuit of violent criminals. Officers have just a split second to respond to violent attack. And we cannot have our officers doubting our support because this can cost them their lives.
This is all the time we have for tonight, but nevertheless, we'll be right here for another show on another night. Till we meet,